to Europe and much of West, India's contribution, one big contribution has been cotton. We see this in Roman orator, senator of Rome, about 2000 years ago, in the 1st century BCE. His name is Cicero. He is very famous in the history of Rome, in the Roman Empire. And there, in one of the talks that he gives in the Roman Senate, he bemoans that every year that the Roman Empire is sending about 20 million gold coins, or 20 million sesteriti as they called the gold coins then, in Rome, to India to import cotton from India to bedeck the Roman ladies in Indian clothes. Look at this important point here. So they had to import huge quantities of cotton and paying how much? About 20 million gold coins to India every year. It's an important point. Why is it important? Because in Rome, to bedeck the nobles, they were importing cotton. Whereas in India, the commoner was wearing cotton. Every commoner was wearing cotton in India. It's an interesting contrast. It is not only Cicero, the senator, who be Senate of Rome about the going away of the gold coins to India for the Indian cloth, fine cloth. But it was also another great scholar of Rome. His name is Pliny. Since there are two Plinys, here this person is called Pini the Elder. And he writes around 70 CE. He writes a wonderful book called Naturalist Historia. And in this book, he writes about how these clothes are so bright, the Indian clothes are so bright, and they are so fine that actually all the modesty is thrown to the winds. Why does he say this, all the modesty is thrown to the winds? Because this cloth is fine and so soft. All of us have heard stories about how the Indian muslin, Indian cloth can pass through a ring or can pass through a bamboo. We have heard these stories right through.
We have also heard about how a muslin, a whole length of sari length of muslin can be actually folded and fitted inside a matchbox. So it is that kind of a very fine cloth that we are talking about, which was being imported into Rome then.
Rome. And Rome has got two climates, both the summer is warm and the winter is also cool. So what happens is, to bedeck these Roman women, the noble women of Rome, what you need is not just one layer of cloth, but you need multiple layers of cloth. And for that you have to buy multiple bales of cloth. So to cover their modesty with this fine Indian cotton cloth of muslin, you have to have multiple layers and still you don't completely cover their modesty. That is what he is talking about, Pini is talking about. Spend so much money to buy this with gold, to buy this fine cotton, and even after spending so much gold and buying this fine cotton, you need to have multiple layers to cover their modesty.
There were actually two kinds of people that time in Rome. There were some who were buying bales and bales so that they could cover their modesty, and some who were using this very fine thin cloth to display their beauty. So they were throwing modesty to the winds, and therefore he is complaining that one, we are spending a lot of money, and secondly, many people are not covering themselves well enough, and therefore all scruples, they are all falling apart in Rome.